Let's roll. Okay, let me get this back up.
Like it's hot.
Oh, I gotta get the hammer out. Okay, we're gonna be here for the Finance Committee. We're gonna go through a roll call first.
Trustee Judy Abraham,
Timothy Hicks, Finance Director.
And I'm John Tierney, Trustee Tierney for the Finance Committee Chairman. If we could please stand now for a Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, if we can now have a moment of silence for reflection. Okay, thank you. I apologize for the mix-up. We originally scheduled this meeting to be held on Wednesday, and due to scheduling conflicts, we had to change it to tonight. Everything was out in an appropriate amount of time, so I apologize for that. Now, item number 2, discuss fiscal year 2020 audit. And I guess, Tim, you're going to be the one who's going to be talking tonight.
Yes,
so.
sir. Yes, sir. So just wanted to give an update. We're a little behind schedule. We had to engage Baker Tilly for a couple additional assignments related to the audit. One is related to the 911 center, with that being a separate entity that doesn't fall under the Village of Broadview. We have to engage Baker Tilly to audit that entity to be included as a component unit of the Village of Broadview. So we didn't discover that until getting far along into the audit. So then, so that required us to kind of take a step back to be able to accomplish that, because we needed to officially engage Baker Tilly to be able to do that, and then also get with the 911 center for them to provide documentation and everything that's needed for the audit. The other thing is we needed to engage them for different services related to bank recs and reconciliations. And with that, they engaged a separate team because we needed to go back as far as fiscal 17 for some items that have been lingering, so that once we get it done for fiscal 20, then we won't have these lingering items on the balance sheet that'll continue to carry over. So we're anticipating that in probably the next month or so, that we'll be able to finish up fiscal 20's audit, and then jump right into fiscal 21's audit. So that's where we stand. It's been a catch up, but we're also trying to make improvements at the same time, so that as we go further, that we were able to kind of make it a lot easier for the next audit.
Okay. Thank you, Tim. I do have a question. I believe that additional work that was done by Baker Tilly was approved by the board.
It was.
The board was aware of it and approved it.
Yeah, so that came back before the board as for us to be able to engage them for the additional work.
Okay, thanks. Trustee?
no
No
questions.
questions? I don't have any questions either. Next item, number 3, banking needs.
Right. So what we're looking to do, the village, for a very, very long time, we've been underserved in our banking relationship. First, we started off with MB Financial. They were bought out by Fifth Third. We tried very hard to give Fifth Third an opportunity to serve the Village of Broadview. But what they're offering and what other financial institutions can offer, we feel like it's time to make the switch. So we engaged BMO Harris Bank, which has a branch here, and we also engaged Chase Bank, which also has a branch here in the Village of Broadview. And so what we're looking to do is bring in all of the banking relationships and divide them between those two financial institutions and leverage a lot of the different capabilities that they have in terms of payment options for the residents and for the water bills and some other bills. And their commitment to the village of Broadview um, from a community standpoint, both of them, both financial institutions have put forth a great community plan that they would not just be transactional, that they would, want to engage with the village and with the residents to offer financial education to residents, other other community type things, from housing seminars, credit. Uh, so we feel like it would be best, and that's our recommendation that we hope the board or the committee will make the recommendations to the board to switch from Fifth Third to um, BMO Harris Bank and to JP Morgan Chase. And we would, work with Letisa and also the chief Kenny as well, because we would want to bring in some of the accounts that we have at some of these local banks to be able to leverage the funds that we get to be able to lessen the fees that we pay. So if we pool all the dollars um, and be able to leverage a lot of the different services that they offer that Fifth Third just doesn't offer. And then from a um, customer service standpoint, we've been patient and we've tried and tried, but Fifth Third just doesn't meet the mark.
They're not meeting it.
There's just not, no.
Administrator Jones, do you have anything to add to that? You agree with what, of changing banks and time to move on?
Just to, I'm sorry, just
That's
to
okay.
meet our needs, only because when we first, took on, we came in 2017, and we came to NB, we were having the hardest time in order to transition our money, because they put the pool in just one account, so then that makes it harder for the department heads and also the finance team in order to divvy it up to where it needs to go. This creates a longer process when it comes to audit, because now we have to all dive in and try to separate things of where NB at the time just couldn't meet our needs. And then when we change over, when they brought out, brought out by Fifth Third, the same thing, that's occurring, is that our needs are not being met because we're a municipality with so many needs, and we need to have this, divided up. We looked at NB, the director not, we looked at NB, I'm sorry, we looked at Chase, and we also looked at BMO Harris, and they were the better solution to the needs of the village.
Okay, very good.
And
So
we
I,
appreciate that.
so I suspect pretty soon we'll have it on our next agenda.
Mhm.
Okay. You have any questions, Trustee?
No questions.
Okay, we'll go to our third item, year-to-date financials.
Yeah, so if if we could table that,
Okay,
because we still have Director Hood still has a lot of transactions that he needs to post from a revenue standpoint. So with knowing that we have, we've received significant amount of revenue that's come in that we haven't posted to the revenue. So, but other than that, I think we've from just in general, the departments have done a great job of monitoring their budgets and keeping within spending limits and tailoring their spending to our cash flows, which has been most important. And then I think the other thing about the departments, especially Chief Kenny and the police as well, they have leveraged grants to the maximum, and I think that's been a great help, especially in this environment, because we're stretching our dollars much further, and it's allowing us to have a a smoother cash flow, because by the time we get through spending funds, the grant funds are there to replenish what we have spent. So, and then
Timing wise, it's pretty good.
it's been pretty good. And then we've been able to, the mayor has been great with leveraging all of the different county resources. We'll have some ARPA money, which is the second iteration of the Corona virus relief fund. I believe we got a little over $1 million. And that'll be, will come back before the residents to kind of go over how there's specific guidelines of what you can spend the money on. And then what we would do is come before the residents to tell them, how we plan on spending those funds. So I think that's really it from this standpoint. I think, again, from a personnel standpoint, we kind of keep that in line. Really, that's kind of really one of your biggest drivers of cost is personnel. And, police and fire have done a great job of managing through their personnel in terms of, as folks retire, they're replacing those with, as the veterans go out, the rookies come in, and then you see the salary differentials. And then as individuals move up through the ranks, it's being offset by the fact that you're replacing a veteran salary with a rookie salary, and we're staying within budget.
Okay, very good. So on your recommendation, I make a motion that we table this item 4, until we get more information.
Correct.
And now, when you talked about the residents, I'm sorry, motion, you got a
Well,
second?
which motion? I thought we were,
This is number 4. We're going to table that.
oh, the year to
Motion to
date.
table it.
Second.
Okay, motion carried. When you talk about the residents, that'll be posted in the newspaper, so they'll be able to get the information like we would do for a budget. Is that something that's posted, the information?
No, we'll have a community forum.
Come here, get a
Yeah.
meeting then.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll have a community forum that'll kind of indicate what we plan on doing with those
Okay.
funds. So then ultimately, it'll comes down to, what the mayor, kind of feels is the better use of the funds. And then also, we, seek the residents' input on, what they think we should use those funds for.
Okay,
Tisa?
very good.
Yeah.
You got something? Okay.
The mayor, just so that we're transparent, the mayor's vision and the focus and where she's going to propose that to the trustees, to the board, is that we focus on small businesses, we focus on home-based businesses, and then also the crisis intervention, which is mental health. And that's to take some of that burden off of police and fire.
Yes.
Because we know that, and we heard in the reports, numbers have went up. So
Right.
where the mayor really wants to focus on those 3
And
things
water
that she's
infrastructure.
asking for, yeah, and where she would propose it to the board to conclude with that vision.
Very good. I'm sure she'll be talking about that again.
Yeah, so it's those 4 things, but then what we would kind of want to decide is the amounts that will be dedicated to the 4 different areas. Or if the residents, or trustees came up with a different, a priority for the funds. But, it's a specific, categories of spend that are eligible for the funds. So you couldn't just spend it on anything you wanted to, but it's specific categories, and small business loans is obviously one of them. Counseling is one of the areas. Water infrastructure is one of the areas. And another thing too is that we don't want to spend money on this from this pot of money when we can leverage some funds from other, because we also have met with the county to understand the funds that they're getting and how we can leverage those dollars. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good. Okay, we'll go to item 5, American Rescue Plan Act.
That's what I just
That's
spoke
what
of.
that was
Yep,
about?
yep.
Okay. Okay. So, public comments. I don't see any hands up there. I didn't get anything either, so. Anything else you'd like to add, trustee, before we?
No,
call it?
nothing.
Anything from the chiefs?
We just got a grant, we
Oh,
took a
great.
grant with Franklin Park, Lyman Fire Protection District in Bowie. We actually worked together on one grant, which was awesome. Todd accepted that. And we are getting all the airbags, masks, and tanks. Would have cost $156,000
Right.
for the village. I think our percentage is about 14,000.
Good.
So you got air packs, masks, and tanks, and everybody's got their own.
We haven't had since we
Yeah.
had the movie here, so it's been.
Yeah, that's been a long time.
Congratulations on that,
Yeah.
chief.
Yeah.
To
And,
secure
and,
that.
yeah, and nice working with the other communities to get
Working,
this.
and that was Franklin Park brought that forward, but I could go together on it.
Okay.
See what happens, so very excited.
Very
And then
good.
the cost you said was roughly around
We would have
14,000.
spent 156,000, however, it should.
Just for our portion of
Just
what?
our portion would have been
our
156, but now we pay, that percentage we have to pay is about
14,000.
14,000.
Very
Awesome.
good.
Yeah.
So that's a big,
It was
Big savings,
142,000
big chunk.
savings. Yeah.
coming out of their budget
Yep.
at 156 to now only be 14,000. Awesome. Good
Yeah.
work, chief.
Yep.
Good
Nice, yeah.
collaboration.
And everybody's compressors are okay, ours is okay,
Yeah,
that's,
and we're actually.
because we got that the same time we got all the other
No,
equipment.
when our compressors doing great, we also, with that, get new fit testing machine. We have to fit test once a year and fit test any new employees that come on. And now that we're all using the same airbags, we can share a fit test machine,
Good.
which
Okay.
also is much less expensive because we're all sharing in that cost versus us each having.
Very good. Nice job.
Nice job on that.
Very great.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Accepted.
Second.
Meeting over.
All right.
Okay, good to go.